Nico the Afro back at you again with the Dyna Glo infrared wall heater. Let's get this baby open and see what we've got inside. All right, so we have at this point completely unboxed everything. So this is all of the elements that you will find inside of the Dyna Glo box. As you can see, we have the unit itself, and then we have these three items. This long one here is a wall mounting bracket that you would, of course, affix to the back of this and then fix it onto the wall should you decide to do that. This is the hardware for this mounting bracket, and this little cool guy is a AAA battery. Stay tuned to see what this little guy is used for. It's really cool. Check it out. Now, let's focus on the unit for just a moment here. As you can see, it comes already pre-assembled. You do not need to assemble one single thing. It comes along with a packet of information here with some important safety diagrams that I will be keeping on here as it is advised to do that. Now, if we look at the back here, you have the option of using LP, which is propane, or NG, natural gas. Inside of here is a mechanism that allows you to switch it from LP to NG. Let's do that so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I am left-handed, so it is easier for me to work from this side. So we get our little drill bit here. All right. Take this little guy out. He dropped out. Don't want to lose my screw. Okay. Now it's currently on LP or propane. If you push him in, you can turn him down. Now he is on natural gas setting. I am going to be using propane, so I am going to push him in and turn him back up to LP. Let's look at some more items. Let me get this back on first. There we are. All right. Don't want to screw him too tight either. Also, on the bottom here is where your lines will come in. So you've got propane. If I flip this over, as you can see, this says propane and natural gas. Now, what is interesting is, of course, I'll be using the propane side. I'm going to take this off. There is a little plug in here. I wrecked my brain. I did not realize there was a plug there. And you have to unscrew it. Take it out. Keep that just in case. But this is where you're going to insert your piping to access the propane panel there. Also up top is where your thermostat is. And we're going to get into your thermostat and your striker switch in just a few moments. All right. Now, this next part that we're going to talk about is super important. This unit here should never, ever be run directly to a propane tank. That is super dangerous. The pressure on this little unit would just be too much. Super dangerous. So you will need to go out and purchase a conversion kit. This one is called Mr. Heater. I found this at Lowe's. And I'm just going to read to you what it says. It says, this is a 12-foot propane hose regulator kit for vent-free heaters. It connects a vent-free heater, which is this guy, and other gas appliances to 20 to 100 pound bulk propane tanks. And if you look here, you can see the picture. It's got this unit alongside a 20, a 40, or 100 pound tank. So you have to get, I stress, You must get this so that you can operate this guy safely. Let's look inside. All right, we've got all the components of our box. We've got our regulator, which hooks directly to the propane tank. We've got some tape that we will use to wrap around the threads. As you can see here, that helps to ensure against any propane leaks. And we've got our 10-foot hose. So let's get all this hooked together and assembled the way that it shows on the diagram here. So let's get that done. All right, moving on. Let's get this thing all hooked up according to the diagram. And we'll put our trusty diagram right here. I'm going to start with this piece, and as you can see, I have already used my tape thread to go around the thread so that we can have a nice clean seal. So this guy will start here. And use my pliers. To go all the way so that he is rear facing, like that. All right. Now him facing to the rear out. Take this guy. Get him in. Followed by this guy. Okay. Which he then comes to this guy. And we're essentially ready to hook into our propane, but not without first getting everything nice and tight and snug. So I'm going to tighten all these guys up, and I'll see you on the next shot. All right, guys, we are all set up. We have got everything nice and secure. And as I mentioned in my previous video, you want to get a bottle of soapy water so that you can spray down all of the connections that you have made. I had a leak inside and on the outside, and the only way I knew that was because I sprayed some soapy water on the connections and I could see bubbles start to form. So what I did was I took everything apart, I retightened, got everything nice and secure, sprayed again, no bubbles. So now I've got 0 leaks. All right, definitely want to do that. That's super important. Now what you want to do is you want to take your AAA battery that we mentioned earlier, and you want to put them up top here where the ignition is, and you want to put him facing with the positive side up. So you put them in, you screw them down, and listen. That is our igniter switch trying to make us flame. So we want to push them in to pilot, turn them to pilot, and now we want to feed the unit with some gas so that it gets nice and full with gas in the lines. And now we're going to hit our ignition switch, and we've got a flame. So we want to hold this down for just a few moments so that thermal coupling can get nice and hot. We'll give it about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we should be able to let off, and our pilot light stays lit, which is what you want. And now we can turn it to our desired setting. I am going to turn it to setting 1. It goes all the way up to 5. And there we are. Voila. So you'll see it's starting to heat these ceramic tiles in here. And I will tell you, this is so much better than the Blue Flame. I had the Blue Flame for a week. It was beautiful. It worked just like this. It was an identical unit. The only difference is it did not put off as much heat, and it took longer to heat my camper. So I am definitely going with this. I can actually feel the heat at a distance of roughly 4 to 5 feet away. With the Blue Flame, I had to be right up against it with a fan blowing to feel anything because the heat just goes straight up. So I definitely recommend this one. Blue Flame was cool, but this one is going to be better for me and the way I need to use it. Now, this guy uses a ton of oxygen, so you have to crack some windows, and I will show you the windows that I have cracked so that I do not run out of oxygen in here. And you can see I've got him open about 3 inches. Over here, we'll pan around to the back. I've got this guy open a couple of inches. And over here, if you look way up top, I've also got a window open there. Otherwise, you will run out of oxygen, and that would prove to be very, very bad. So definitely make sure your room is well ventilated, and be safe, guys. All right, my friends, that is going to wrap up another tutorial on the infrared wall heater from Dyna Glo. This is my preferred heater. Again, you can see my other video for the Blue Flame convection heater, which was super awesome. But for my needs and my purposes, this is going to be the one to go because I like to bathe in the heat because the kid gets cold from time to time. But see the link down below so that you can get this unit or the other one. And there will also be a link for the Mr. Heater connection kit that you will need to purchase so that you can be safe. All right, subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos. And this is Nico the Afro signing off.